Hello Virgos, welcome to your mid-month reading for April 2020. I was shuffling and laid out your cards. The camera gave out on me. Just a few things I want to mention before I jump into your reading. One is check out the link below, the video link for this month's extra, which is what new journey awaits you. In that reading, it'll tell you how will you embark on your journey, what will you encounter, and what is your final destination. Check out my 2020 Sun Moon readings on my playlist. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. I hope everyone's staying healthy. Okay, so I kind of laid out the cards here, and what I kind of got is I feel like this is work, life related. It's not so much in the romantic sense. We'll see what the clarifiers pull. So the card here is your general energies, okay? I mean, this guy, he's throwing down all his sticks. He needs a rest. Some of you are exhausted. Some of you are just carrying around a lot of stuff, working really hard, and probably not getting a lot of rewards for your hard work. So, having a lot of responsibilities kind of taken on you, it's backbreaking, it's exhausting, it's tedious, and it's just too much. I mean, so much so, every so often you have to stop and kind of take a break and be like, oh, is this really worth it? And then you pick up the sticks again and you travel on your journey. You guys are known for being really hard workers, so there's no surprise here. You're also known for taking on more than you really should. Sometimes it's because, the people that you need to delegate to aren't going to necessarily pull their weight, so it's kind of like, well, I better do it myself than entrust it to other people, and then have things look badly when things kind of fall apart. That's what I was thinking. So we have that going on just for general energies, middle of April. Challenge is, it kind of goes along the same vein of thinking. Ace of Wands in reverse with the Justice card in reverse. The Justice card in reverse is the card of Libra, if that resonates. What I'm kind of getting with this combo is that no matter how hard you work, you can't seem to make things happen. And it really seems unfair to you. It seems like, you look around you and other people are working less and they're getting rewarded for things. They're not working as hard as you, and you see things kind of taking off for them. You kind of chalk it up to them being lucky or what have you, and I feel like that resentment that really starts to build up after a while, because it's pretty much, why are things so unfair for me? I'm one of the hardest workers out there, yet I work with slackers, or I never get what I'm owed, or I'm not getting paid what I'm owed. Nothing seems to turn out for me. So it's a lot of that kind of going on in the challenge position, which is probably kind of wearing you down. Advice, we have the Three of Pentacles, and pretty much what I'm just flat out getting from that is that you need to find your tribe, okay? So you need to find a group of people who appreciate you, who value your work and what you bring to something, because I don't think you're getting that in your current situation, okay? So you need to find your tribe, people that are like you, people that work as hard as you do, people that take pride in their work, people that get recognized for what they do and praised for what they do, and really take, did I say pride? Like, are really proud of what they do. So I think it's a matter of finding those kind of people and working around those kind of people. You need to find the right team, the right people to collaborate with. I don't feel like right now you guys are in a position where you can, where you're kind of doing that. I feel like it may happen here, okay? But with the Five of Cups in the upright, as you move out of April into May. But the thing I'm kind of getting here is that I don't feel it was by choice, okay? I feel like something's going to happen here where you're going to lose your job, you're going to lose something, you're going to be rejected for some reason, there's going to be a failure, there's going to be a financial setback. I mean, obviously, given the times, that's happening to a lot of people. But I kind of feel like this is the catalyst you are going to need to move on and reinvent yourself. I feel like if this did not happen, you would have just continued doing what you were doing. So, if this loss comes upon you, and it really is going to be hard when it happens, I want you to reinvent yourself. I want you to embrace it as a chance to change and kind of find your tribe, do things differently. and realize, because the Two of Cups is always behind this guy, he doesn't see it. He is starting to turn around a little bit and kind of look and be like, wait a minute, there's something behind me. So there's possibilities behind you that you aren't realizing, because you're so distraught for what happened here. So I do feel like, although it may not seem like it at the time, this is going to provide you to kind of move into a better place. And a lot of times that's how things happen. We don't realize when we're in it because we're so distraught, but then it ends up pushing us to another plane or level. Why is this 10 Wands here in the upright for Virgos? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, 10 of Wands for Virgos for the middle of April. Who is this person? What is this energy? King of Pentacles in reversed. Yeah, you aren't getting paid very much for what you're doing. I feel like whoever you're doing it for is a little bit of a you know, I don't want to say, is it spinster? Spendthrift, somebody who doesn't like to let go of their money. Basically, they want all the money for themselves. Okay, they're really selfish. I mean, that could be your boss, the person that you're working for. And then I see you. So we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Pentacles in the upright, and the Three of Wands in the upright. So you're holding on to things very tightly. You're being very conservative with your money because you aren't getting paid enough. So you're working very hard. You're holding on to every single penny that you make, knowing that you aren't getting paid enough for as hard as you work. So you're just trying to kind of hunker down with what you have and make what the pittance that you do get paid. You don't want anything to happen to it, so you live a very conservative, very frugal lifestyle. And there's other opportunities out there that await you but you just kind of are looking at those ships. You aren't taking any action towards them. And there's something better out there, but you just won't leave. It might be something, a sense of responsibility, or I committed to this, therefore I need to do this. I can't just up and leave. I think a lot of that stuff, but you're aware there's better things out there. You just aren't bothering to pursue them. And that's why I think you need that catalyst to kind of push you into something else. Because I think if it was up to you, you wouldn't do it on your own. Why is this Ace of Wands here in reverse, and why is this Justice card here in reverse in the challenge position for Virgos? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages. Ace of Wands in reverse and the Justice card in reverse for Virgos. Double Ace of Wands. Nothing you ever do seems to get off the ground. You have the best ideas. You have a way to do things differently. You dream about stuff, and you really feel like it can happen, but as soon as it ignites, it goes out. It doesn't go anyplace. It fails in its infancy. And it's a huge challenge for you that you can't kind of make things sort of happen for you. So you go and you try to do stuff, or you think about doing stuff, and it doesn't happen, and it's really unfair how things happen. So then you go back. You go back to from whence you came from. You kind of go out, you consider options, and all of those things don't seem to work out. So then you go back, to where you're working because it's safe, you committed to it, or what have you. Some of you might actually have a fear of wandering out, doing your own thing or what have you. I feel like that's part of it. So you just don't. You just keep on coming back. You'll think about it. You'll have all these great ideas and what you could do and this and that. And then you go, yeah, but I couldn't do that. So you go back to what you're doing and you continue to stay in that situation. Why is this Three of Pentacles here in the upright? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages. Three of Pentacles in the upright. Yeah, 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups in the upright. Yeah, they're saying if you find your tribe, you're gonna be very happy. You're gonna be content. It'll be like a wish come true when you find those people, when you find that job, whatever it is that you find. The only problem is you don't have the confidence to feel like you can do this. You're kind of worried that you won't be able to follow through with it. You're kind of doubting yourself. What are people going to think if I leave my job? Is part of it, and all of those things are kind of defeating you before you even have the chance to get out the door. You're kind of telling yourself no before you've even tried. You're setting yourself up to fail before you've even kind of done anything. You're telling yourself the challenge is too great, I couldn't possibly leave, what would they do without me? And then you kind of back down and you don't kind of do what you should be doing, which is working with the people that you work best with, who are going to appreciate you, who are going to pay you what you're worth. Why is this Five of Cups here? And I know a lot of people don't believe this, but I am believing with everything that's kind of going on in our world right now, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I really think it's going to change things. People are going to be, forced out of work, and it's going to cause them to reinvent. And I truly believe that if people weren't forced out of what they were doing, they would never have the creativity to think of different things to do. So I think in some cases it's actually going to turn into people, having the freedom to work for themselves, figuring out that they can do things they didn't think they could do because they were previously employed, and once they're released from that employment and they need to figure something else out to feed their family, people get really creative and come up with some really wonderful things and end up in a better place. Why is this Five of Cups here in the upright? Who's this person? But if that catalyst is not in place, some people will stay in a bad situation forever because they don't think they can. But they just don't have that fire, that hammer hanging over their head telling them that they can. Why is the Five of Cups here? Okay, Six of Cups. There may be something in your past that you end up going back to, something that's very familiar to you, a familiar type of work, maybe an old employer, old colleague, something that you used to do in the past that you were really good at. You might actually return back to that. You might return back to that as a means of working or doing something, or a livelihood for you. Seven of Wands in reverse, Temperance card in reverse. I mean, things are going to be tumultuous for a while. I do feel like something's going to be brought to light for you. With this Seven of Wands, you're going to find out about something. Like, something will get found out. Somebody might actually get released from someplace. So, for instance, you worked someplace previously and you really liked it, but you left that job, you ended up working someplace else. There might have been somebody who ended up, getting fired because of what they were doing, and that turns into an advantage for you. You find out about it through somebody from your past, and then you end up getting this position, or they say, hey, are you interested in this? I'm kind of strongly feeling that. Temperance card in reverse is the card of Sagittarius, for those of you if that resonates. I think you're having a hard time, though. Like I said, I think it's going to be tumultuous. You're going to have a hard time deciding if you should actually go do this or not. Even though it's something that's very positive, I don't know. There's still part of you that's kind of holding back. You don't want to kind of I don't know, you don't want to do it. I think you just have an inability to realize that it's a positive mood, and a positive move, sorry. And you're kind of caught up in these negative thinking that kind of holds you back. So you might want to kind of break out of that to make the most of this opportunity that's coming to you. And this might be the negative thinking here, that you're so hyper focused on what happened you can't see anything else. But I do feel like there's a opportunity from your past that's kind of rolling in. So you're going to want to open your eyes and be very hyper aware to that. All right. So that's all I have for you, Virgos. If this resonates, consider a personal reading. My email is below. Just send me an email and we can make that happen. Otherwise, click on the link below for what new journey awaits you. In that spread, we'll have how will you embark on the journey, what will you encounter, and what will be your final destination. Otherwise, check out my 2020 Sun Moon readings in my playlist. My 2019s are in there. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.